Hey guys, so this video is going to be weeks 26 and 27 of pregnancy and also kind of just a second trimester recap. So really not much has changed since weeks 24 and 25 other than my belly is a lot bigger and I've had like a few small changes, but otherwise it's mostly the same. Definitely feel like I'm like a new level of big going into this third trimester, and I'm really excited, but I also am like very sentimental about it. I'd say the other things that have changed is like I'm just getting more uncomfortable. Towards the end of week 27, I felt like the baby was really getting up kind of in my ribs more. It's been more uncomfortable to find sleeping positions. My belly's just like felt really heavy and it feels like it's tugging at me, and I've had like a lot more hip and back pain and belly pains. One of the things I want to talk to you guys about today is this belly band that I got. So we'll go over kind of what this is and I'll show you how I put it on and all that stuff at some point. I've had increased heartburn again. I take Tagamet for it and it's starting to help less and less. On the upsides, I'm feeling him move more and more during the daytime. I felt him get hiccups like in week 26, and then I feel like he's had the hiccups a couple of times, but they never last very long. But it'll just be a couple minutes where I just feel like a very consistent little movement. Overview of my second trimester. I can totally see why people say like it's the best trimester and it's like the most fun part of pregnancy, because you really just start like your belly starts just like blooming and growing, and you feel pregnant before you're showing, but you get to like really embrace being pregnant in that second trimester. I was feeling better and kind of more like myself again and getting to enjoy being pregnant. You look pregnant. People like ask you more about the baby, just start treating you differently and stuff in a really nice way. You're big, but you're not horribly uncomfortable by the end of it usually. It's just such a sweet time because you really start being able to connect with your baby and getting to know your baby. And like I just feel like little movements and when he's sleeping versus when he like gets up, and what makes him get hyper, and like what foods he gets excited over when I eat, sounds he responds to, music he responds to, him responding to my voice and other people's voices. And I'm really excited to go into this next phase of pregnancy, and I'm excited that I'm kind of in the countdown phase of getting him here and like having on the outside and seeing what he looks like and talking to him and snuggling him, and all of that is just going to be so amazing. But I really have enjoyed being pregnant. I just don't take a second of it for granted. I've just tried to have like a really grateful mindset of it because I have a healthy baby and I have felt really good overall, and I just am so lucky to be pregnant and to have a healthy baby and to have the support system I have and get to really enjoy this time in life. The way that George has supported me and helped me, and you know, like gone and got me food when I'm really tired and don't want to go downstairs, and brought me food in the bathtub, and you know, gone on walks with me, and like just having like a partner be so supportive, having all his attention be able to be on me right now and like what I need has just been such a game changer. It's just made this the most precious time I've ever had in my life. This sounds weird, but like I enjoy having the baby all to myself right now. Like I'm excited for him to come out and everything, but like I love having him constantly with me. Like he's always with me. I can tell when he's moving, like I know what's going on with him, and like I don't have to share him at all. Like there's not people constantly wanting to hold him or like take him or whatever, and like he's just all mine right now, and he's my only baby right now, and like I know it'll be precious in its own and in new ways, like when I hopefully am able to have another child. But like I think that the fact that this is my first baby and during my pregnancy it gets to be, it sounds selfish, but like all about me, and he's like my only focus. that like I can just really enjoy this time and like make everything about it, kind of, if that makes sense. I just love that, and I'm just so grateful, especially with my endometriosis and not being able to know if I could even have kids. The fact that I got pregnant like in the first 2 months of trying, and this has been a healthy pregnancy. You know, like he's been okay, and like, you know, we've made it to this phase and stuff. Like I didn't have to go through months and months of trying and not being successful, and I didn't have miscarriages like I probably, you know, was like likely to, and all of that stuff. It just overwhelms me. Like I'm just so thankful for this little baby. On that note, I also am getting more emotional as my 3rd trimester starts. So I'm like at the start of week 28 right now, filming this overview and like the past 2 weeks and stuff. And I definitely am more emotional. It makes sense for me to be emotional over that, but like even in our birthing class yesterday, like there wasn't even anything heartfelt or touching or anything about what they were saying, but I was like getting teared up. So I am going to go put on my jeans because I didn't want to put them on until I had to, because George and I are about to go finish our baby registry after this. We're planning the baby shower and stuff right now, but I don't like to put on pants until the last minute. And that's kind of like not a new thing, because I have always been kind of like that. If I'm at home, I'm usually in like pajamas or a robe or like a t-shirt and pajama shorts or something. But especially now that I'm pregnant and like the seams of my clothing are starting to kind of irritate me and stuff like that, I really have gotten to where I don't want to get dressed until right before I leave. Oh, the other thing before I forget is I've been having so much upper back pain and trouble keeping good posture because I have never had large breasts. And I'm not saying mine are like super big or anything, but they're a solid like 2 sizes bigger than they normally are. And it's between that, pulling my chest down, and then my stomach like pulling my back out. I feel like my lower back is arched one way and my upper back is arched the other way. And it's just like so heavy, and I just did not expect to have that much upper back pain. And it makes me really feel for women who have like really large breasts all the time and have back pain with that, because it is so uncomfortable and like it hurts to breathe sometimes, and like I always just want to like stretch out, and I've had to have way more adjustments in my upper back. And so you big breasted ladies out there, I feel for you now. I know I'm not quite in your zone, but I've had quite a big change from what I was. And the other thing is under boob sweat. My boobs never like were big enough to really sit against my skin enough to have under boob sweat. And I was at work the other day and I had to like tuck my shirt up in there for a minute because I was just sweating away with the under boob sweat. And lots of changes going on. Speaking of changes, I'm gonna go put on those pants and show you my big end of 2nd trimester, start of 3rd trimester baby belly. And after that, I will show you how to put on the pregnancy belt and talk a little bit about that. And then we will be all caught up for now. Definitely changing shape. Looks like a watermelon. There it is. I'm really able to tell like where he is now. Sometimes like I can feel his little head or his little butt and stuff. It's so cute. Oops. Here's the belly from the front. Big baby. Oh, he's so cute. I'm obsessed. I'm definitely like carrying him pretty low still. I feel like I'm starting to get a stretch mark from the scar downward, and then I'm starting to see like a lot of veins and stuff around my belly button. And I think that's all the scar tissue from my endometriosis, like really starting to get pushed on. It's a little bit tender, but not too bad. So sometimes when I like poke at him a little bit, he'll kick back. It's so crazy. It's so cute. I will show you guys real quick how to put this belly brace on, and then I'll tell you a little bit of like why I wear it. So you can wear this like over your clothes or under your clothes. There's pros and cons to both. The pro of wearing it over your clothes is that it's just like more comfortable because it's not right against your skin. The con is if you wear pants that come up over your belly, like I love to wear, it's frustrating because you have to take it off every time you go pee. And if you're like me and most pregnant women, you pee a lot. And the nice thing about wearing it over these pants is you can put your shirt over it at least. So like that's what I would like to do is wear it over this part of my pants, but have my shirt pulled over it so it's not just like a big brace showing all the time. The con of having it against your skin, it's really not that uncomfortable against your skin. The only part that bothers me about having it directly on my skin is the little Velcro part at the bottom hits like the top of my thigh and has like left a little scab on my thigh from where it's kind of burned the skin off a little bit. I've only worn this like probably 5 times, so I may just be like figuring it out still a little bit. So how I would put this on, we'll tuck my shirt into my bra, real classy. This part goes on the top, that's how you can tell if it's upside down or not. This part is going to be in the center of your back. So you want it as tight as it can be without cutting off your circulation and without cutting into you. So you kind of center it on your back. I have it attached already to this side. This side detaches, so you can attach it either way. Wrap this part around where it scoops your belly, and then you're going to pull this over and fasten it on. And then you can kind of adjust it and center it up. This side is lined up good on the Velcro, this one is not, so I'm going to go ahead and redo that so that it's more centered on there. So, I mean, it's nice and snug, but I can still comfortably just like slide, you know, the tips of my fingers under there. So that's the first part. That's what it looks like on the side. You want it to be nice and centered on your back. Then the final step is this will just be attached to one side of this little upper portion. And you're just going to pull this over your bump and attach it to the other side. So it just holds in place there. So there that is from the side. So this is what it looks like. It's not the cutest thing in the world, but I really find it helpful. It kind of helps to pull your belly up so that your back isn't as likely to arch. It kind of helps you keep a straighter back through here by taking that pressure off and holding this belly closer to your body. And when your clothes are over it, it's not that noticeable. I would say it's definitely like more comfortable and useful to me to wear when I'm standing and walking around. Anytime I go for a walk or I know I'm going to be on my feet a lot at work, I wear it. The pros of it is that it helps you keep better posture in your lower back so you're not getting that lordosis, that curvature of the lower spine as badly, which can take the strain off your hips a little bit too and your pelvic position. It's putting more strain on your muscles when your belly's like pulling down with gravity. And so it kind of counteracts that a little bit by hoisting it up. My doctor actually recommended it to me. She's actually a nurse practitioner. I asked about it, I was like, is this a gimmick or does it actually have like legitimate benefits? And she said the ones that adjust and that can adjust with you as you grow and that wrap around your belly like this definitely have benefits. She said the ones that are just like the elastic band that just wraps around, like the kind of stretchy cloth one, it looks pretty much like my maternity pants, the top of my maternity pants. She said those might offer you a little bit of comfort, but they're definitely not doing the same thing and not doing like the same level of support as the ones that adjust. It's really helped me in my second trimester and going into this third trimester to be more comfortable and more supported, and I definitely noticed a difference in my back pain when I wear it. So I would say that and my circulation socks would be the two biggest things, like biggest products that have helped me thus far in pregnancy. I hope that was helpful, and I hope you all are enjoying whatever phase of pregnancy you are in. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.